guys,
welcome back to our channel,
Plots with a Twist,
where we discuss books
amongst other things. And it's December, so that means
Yes.
it's holiday sweater
I
time.
always come through with the holiday sweater. I need to get a new one.
I've been building my collection slowly but surely over the years, because it's not like I just go out and buy a whole bunch of like holiday sweaters at once.
You do. I think you do.
I'll buy like maybe 2 at a time. So yeah, this is Westeros Joy to the Realm. For my Game of Thrones fans. So yeah, today we are back with our wrap up for November. Wow, one more month of the year.
No,
I'm so behind my Goodreads goal, but that's okay.
Ooh.
And we're gonna talk about what we plan to finish out the year with. So let's get into it. All right, so I slacked this month. I slacked for November. I really did.
Wow.
I pulled and ate.
Oh wow. I did slack. I did just the bare minimum, like how I normally do.
Okay, so good job. So you go first then.
Okay, so I read The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Harris. I think that's how you say it.
Is it Dalila or Dante?
I'm sorry. So yeah, we actually did a book review on that. I don't know if it's been posted yet.
Yeah.
It has been.
Yeah.
It has been. So yes, we did a book review on that. So we'll put the link down below. Go check it out and hear all of our thoughts, because we have lots of them for that book. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it here, but it's basically about and Kristen talked about it before too. It's basically about a girl who the lone black girl at a publishing company, and she gets excited when another black girl's hired, and all this crazy stuff starts to ensue. So yes, it was okay. I didn't really care for it. I gave it 3 stars. So yeah, watch our review, because we have a lot to say about it. So yeah. All right.
Okay. So switch. I read or finished, because I did mention it last wrap up that I was in the midst of reading it, was Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jayne Allen. Thoughts. Let us know if you want a detailed book review on that.
Yes.
But if not, I'm going to give you my thoughts now. So I said last time it was more so the writing. The writing for me was a little bit pretentious. It was a little bit contrived. It was a little bit,
I liked it.
forced. It read like, to me, like I said in the last time, it read to me like a short story she submitted at an Ivy League, and her professor said, keep going. That's what it read to me like. I'm sorry.
Wow,
it did. It just felt like that. I'm acting like I had that experience, and I have never had that experience. But yeah, it just felt like she was trying really hard. But that being said, the plot was very likable. So I will say that. So that did kind of not allow me to connect to the story as much. It's just a lot of big words, a lot of metaphors that didn't need to be in there, in my opinion. But to each his own. It was an enjoyable plot. So about the book, boom. So about a woman. She's struck with, she has her life plan in all the boxes checked off her life plan. Good job, good boyfriend on paper. What else could you want? Marriage material.
She got a good circle of friends.
A standing Saturday hair appointment, good friends, all that. But life throws a wrench at her when she gets the prognosis that she pretty much has ovary failure and has to hurry up and have kids within the next 6 months if she wanted to have kids, or freeze her eggs. And she had savings for her down payment on her dream home, but of course if she was to freeze her eggs or anything like that, or IVF, she was going to have to kind of make a choice, because that can be expensive. So it goes into, she's a news reporter. She's really hyper focused on just how things happen in the community in her area, how things impact the culture, because she's a black woman, even though she does have a white grandmother who she's named after. And then other than that, it just goes into just really her life and dealing with just the hurdles that she kind of encounters along the way in trying to overcome that news and still build the life she's always wanted. So like I said, the plot was good. I just think if it is going to be a series, so I just think if the writer kind of relaxes a little bit, you got it, girl. Mm-hmm. Just relax. Let the writing flow. It just felt like it was cramming in so much, and it could just flow. Just let it flow. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just felt like she worked really hard, and I feel like on the next books in the series, I feel like if she relaxed, she'll be good to go. But overall, I did enjoy just the plot of the story. So,
okay. Excuse me, I enjoyed it. Okay, so next book that I read this month was We Are Not Like Them by Christine Pride, and that book was about this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about this. Okay, so that book was about this pair of friends. One is black and one is white, but they grew up together since they were like kids, like probably like 4 years old. They grew up in the same neighborhood and continued on to be best friends through college. I forget the girls' names, but the white best friend didn't go to college. She kind of stayed in their hometown and ended up getting married to a police officer and, just living her life, and is about to have a baby. And then the black best friend, she is a news reporter on her way to success, and she has relocated back to her hometown to start this anchor job that she has been wanting for a long time. And so she reconnects with her, but they've been friends throughout the years, but always long distance since she went off to college. And so when she moves back to her hometown, they are reconnecting and rekindling their friendship. And then boom, the white best friend's cop husband ends up shooting an unarmed black kid, about 14 years old.
Dang.
So and obviously her best friend's a news reporter in the town. She has to report on it, so it puts a strain on their relationship, and kind of, race, politics, all that stuff kind of comes into play. And it kind of just, goes over the relationship between these two best friends, and how this situation kind of really takes a toll on their friendship and how they see things and how they see each other. And yeah, it was a really good story. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the writing. It's written by Christine Pride and another person, Joe Piazza. It's two authors, and one is black and one is white, I believe. So yeah, it was kind of interesting to see.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was interesting to see two people writing a story and like the different perspectives, but it didn't the story still flowed well. It didn't feel like it was two separate writers.
Yeah.
It very much felt like one story and going back and forth, and I just really enjoyed the book. I think I gave it 5 stars, y'all. Because it was just, the writing was good. I think that it captured both perspectives pretty realistically. I did see some of the reviews, and people were saying like they felt like the white best friend was just a bad friend or whatever. But I don't know. I think sometimes we're just hard on people. How you would handle a situation might be a little differently, and
yeah.
I also feel like, pregnant women be thinking crazy. So so you got to take into account the pregnancy brain and stuff. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the story. I encourage you guys to read it if you're into that type of thing. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So the next book I read was We Are the Brennans by Tracey Lange. So in the synopsis or something I read, it compared it to books like The Nest by Cynthia Nixon, Cynthia Dupree, I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And then Ask Again, Yes by Mary Beth King. So it compared it to like just a hodgepodge of those books. And starting to read it and listen to it rather, I could see why it was in company with those books. So pretty much it centers around a family of siblings, really the whole family, the Brennans. So it mainly focuses on Sunday. Sunday is the lone female sibling. She has 3 brothers, 1 older, 2 younger, and pretty much they have roots in New York, but or on the outskirts of New York rather, but some event happens or is alluded to that caused Sunday to move to LA. So the story begins with pretty much Sunday getting into a bad car accident, and she hadn't seen any of her family, really hadn't kept close contact with them for over 5 years. and her oldest brother, she is listed as her emergency contact, goes out to see Sunday, see that her life isn't as she's presented it over the years, and basically asks her to come back home. So when she comes back home, pretty much all these secrets are uncovered as to events that happened, what led to her even leaving her family, trying to pretend like she had this great life in LA. It switches perspective between the sibling, well, most of the siblings. So it goes to her older brother, I can't remember his name, her younger brother Jackie a little bit, her ex fiance Kel, and even has chapters where her dad and Kel's wife kind of offer some perspective. So I really enjoyed the progression of the story, the flow, because I think what the problem with me for The Nest is it was too separated with the siblings sometimes.
I don't even remember that. I know I read it, but I don't even remember that.
I feel like it was too separated with I feel like it was too separated with the siblings. And the story was not really anyone taking a lot of accountability what was going on. So it did feel like not the best story. As again, yes, it does have like central like Irish culture. The Brennans are Irish. And on this pub and everything like that. So I can definitely see, like I said, I can see why those stories were brought up. But the way it flows is really nice. Some of the crucial, as the secrets and things start to get uncovered, you're like, wow, it does give you really a sense of how your decisions and ultimately things you can't take back impact you. And it is, the whole book presents the question of what ifs. What if this happened? What if this happened? So they're all kind of facing those realities of, hey, this is our life now, but this is something major. What if we did something different? So that's kind of what it boiled down to. The only thing I didn't like is the end. The end felt okay, and then it got this other part as to, because there's a crucial moment that happens that I don't want to spoil it, but sets the family free in a way if you've read it. And they don't know how it happened, and then when they figure out how it happened, that's where the story ends. And it was like, rah, we're the Brennans, we're gonna figure this out. The end. So I just wish she would have ended it differently, or at least offered an epilogue. Like, it doesn't give you where it could be a series, and I wouldn't want to read it. Like, I just wish she would have ended it differently. But other than that, I think just reading it along, it was a very enticing story. I would say that. So, boom.
Okay, so last book I read for the month of November was The Reading List by Sara Nisha Adams. Yeah, so I finished that. It's been mentioned here before. Kristen read it prior to this month, and I really enjoyed it. So it's basically about this. It centers around this young woman who starts working at the library. She's a college student. She starts working at the library, and then this older man who is, I want to say, kind of recently widowed in the last few years, and is living by himself. And he basically finds a book from the library that his late wife didn't return, and he goes to return it. He reads the book first, and it kind of like sparks something in him to like get to know his wife, because that's what she used to do. All she used to do was read and stuff. So, and he realizes that he never used to ask her like about what she was reading or why she read certain things, and he never really read himself. But after her death, him finding this book kind of sparks that in him to want to go read. So he goes to the library and meets the girl who works there, and at first she's like super rude to him. But then, long story short, they end up becoming friends. Is that spoiler? Okay. They end up becoming friends. And yeah, the book just circles around like this reading list that the girl finds. And it's basically a list of books, and it goes through each chapter, like goes through each of the books and like what's going on in the main characters' lives or whatever, and not how it relates, but them reading the book and their
what's going on at that moment.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It was really cute, very heartfelt. I remember you saying something about it was like kind of like Uwe, where
yeah,
like,
a little bit, yeah.
And it was. I definitely felt like that. Just reading it, it was very heartfelt and very warm. Not as funny, but it had its funny moments. Especially with what's his name, Mr. Patel. He was funny. I liked him. I think he was a very like well thought out character, and I just imagine like an older man from I think he said he's from Kenya.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think he was Indian descent though.
Yeah, but and like just how he like his internal thoughts and stuff. Like it was just really cute, and I really enjoyed the story. And it had the sad moments. It's kind of sad, but still good. It was still good, not too sad. So yeah, that was the last book I read this month, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Should we do a book review on that?
Y'all let us know.
Yeah, y'all next. I thought it was cute, and I probably have more thoughts if I sit down and think about it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was the last book I read this month.
All right. So like I said, I've been slacking. So the last book I'll mention, I'm currently in the process of reading, and that is Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World by Benjamin Alire. I don't want to mess up his name, and I didn't listen to how to say it on the audiobook. Well, I listened to it, but I didn't pay attention. Yeah. And I said I was going to go back and hear how it was pronounced, but okay. So it is a sequel to Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. That is now an older book, so I am comfortable spoiling it. Fast forward a little bit. So Aristotle and Dante discovers the secrets of the universe. Focuses on this friendship formed from two boys one summer, where one is really like angry. He just walks through life. He fights all his battles physically, and just doesn't understand why he has so much hate in him. Where the other boy is like a dreamer. He's really eloquent with his words. He's kind of poetic, and they have this chance encounter where they're at the pool and one wants to swim, and pretty much ensues a friendship and eventually a relationship as they both discover their sexuality. We've arrived now at the second book where they are now in a full-fledged relationship. So this particular book is diving more so into the issues they're encountering now that they have identified themselves as homosexual, and is set in a time where that's not really allowed, and especially they are Mexican Americans, so they grew up Catholic, and just really are grappling with a lot of things when it comes to just how society is viewing them. They're also seeing and witnessing the AIDS epidemic rising up and everything. So really just kind of understanding what that means for them as they navigate a relationship as well. So I am like halfway through it. I am enjoying the story. I am enjoying catching up with them, but I feel like this one is a little like these are supposed to be teenagers. Why do they talk so grown? Like, and I don't think I enjoy, this is gonna be controversial, but I don't think I enjoy Lin-Manuel as a narrator. I feel like it should have been two voices. I feel like he perfectly fits the voice of Dante, but for Ari, I feel like a different narrator would be more appropriate. It just feels a little goofy when he's reading it, just because that's just his tone. But it's more serious, discussing. I feel like, but he's discussing serious things. The writing is poetic, so it's kind of fighting against each other when books
have more than one narrator.
It's kind of fighting against each other a little bit, even though it's not changing perspectives. I can see why it's one narrator, but I just feel like a different voice is needed because the book is coming from Ari's perspective, and he's the one who's just not as, I don't know, the voice doesn't match for me. It's just a little melodramatic right now. I want to move past the I cried, this person cried, this person cried, this person cried. We're saying words that 16, 17-year-olds don't say. We're expressing feelings. Like, I don't know. I'll see if it gets better, but I'm enjoying it, but I'm not. I don't know how to really feel about it. So that's what I'll say about it right now. So, boom. Let's move into what we reading for the end of the year. Is that my song?
No. Okay, so before the year ends, I really want to read Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers, I think. And I forgot what it's about, but when I looked at the I feel like it came up on like my script as like a suggestion after I was reading We Are Not Like Them. Mm-hmm. And I believe it's about this girl who like, I don't know, y'all, but you gotta know. I can't remember, but I remember reading the synopsis and being like, okay, I want to read that. It sounds cute. So, Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. Tell me if y'all ready, if y'all liked it.
So my TBR list is basically the books I should have read last month.
Mine's a little bit.
So let's talk about the books I didn't mention last month that I plan to read. I'm going to try to get in a number of books. I'm trying to get at least, so my Goodreads goal is like 50, but I am nowhere near 50 books this year. So I'm trying to do a sprint, even though, I should have did a marathon throughout the year. So, I'm gonna read that one, but Lost Apothecary. Let me see the cover. Isn't it cute? I've been holding on to reading this whole year. Like I got it on my Audible when it first came out, and I just never pressed play. Now I guess more and more people have read it, and I've seen it have mixed reviews, which I don't mind a book that has mixed reviews. From what I gather, I want to say it's set in a time where, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's about this woman who pretty much supplies poison to women to give to the men in their life who is treating them wrong. Ooh. I want to say that's it.
Interesting.
I want to say that is it. I want to say, yep. I think it's something like that. I want to say it's based on, I'm making stuff up now because I've heard a similar story, like true story, from my murder podcast. So I want to say it's based on something like that. Yeah, it was a woman who she would sell concoctions to like women to get rid of their husbands. Yeah. So I think it's something related to that person in history. So I believe it's a historical fiction. I don't know, but I plan to read it. So.
Okay. So the next book that I want to read, I want to read We Are the Brennans. That was on my list. And I actually started it, but I'm like on the first chapter where the girl.
You're supposed to finish.
I know, but I'm just up to the part where the brother goes to visit her in the hospital, and they're in the hospital, and he like, dang. So, yeah. So We Are the Brennans. We already talked about that one by Tracey somebody.
Okay, so I finally got 7 days in June. So plan to tackle that. Like I said, I believe it's a romance. I'm not sure of the actual plot, but we'll find out. Heard great things about it. So yeah, finally got it. And I'm lying like I didn't have it the whole time. I bought it on a Kindle deal like months ago. I'm just not in a position to.
On a Kindle?
So yeah, on a Kindle or a book. This is fake. Remember, this is fake. I do audiobooks now. I had to wait for the audio version for months. So I finally got the audio version, but this is for the picture. What you read next?
Okay. So I'm also gonna read 7 days.
Look at her!
I got a book deal. Well, I don't know. My audiobook is still like 27 weeks out or something ridiculous. So I might have to bunker down. Let me see how big the words are.
It's regular size. Yeah.
It's not that long. It's like 300 pages, like 300.
Honestly, I was going to read it on the Kindle, but because I got tired of waiting. But I said, it's like 2 more weeks. Just wait, Krista. Just roll it over to December.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm also gonna read that. But since Kristen already mentioned that, I'm going to read Martita. I Remember You by my girl Sandra Cisneros. And I don't know what this is about either, but it says a Mexican family in Chicago to pursue her dreams and become around that cafe. Oh, it's giving her life. No, she wasn't Mexican. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna read this. I was in a bookstore and I just saw it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know she had a new book. So, and it's very short. It's actually in English and in the other side is Spanish. So that's cool.
Oh, right. That's cute.
So it's really short. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to read that this month.
So. like I said, I'll try to get to the books I mentioned last month. So Still Cloud, Cuckoo Land, I still have that waiting to press play. We Are Not Like Them, I still have that waiting to press play. But we'll see. But the other book I do plan on trying to definitely press play on, because I'm trying to see if she redeems herself from the last book I read of hers, is Apple Never Falls. I think that's what it's called, by Liane Moriarty. So that is her latest book. I'm not sure what it's about, but Nine Perfect Strangers did not give me what I needed in book form. I'm still trying to work through my show list, so maybe I'll get to the show eventually. But yeah, we'll see what that's about, and if she can do better for me. Again, for me, this is my opinion. All right, boom, that is it.
That's it, you guys.
Let us know what you all are reading. Let us know any thoughts. Yeah, I might switch it up, because I didn't really look at, because I like to get in some newer books. So I didn't really look at what was out. So I might come with a wrap up that is completely different.
like how I normally do. But I was sticking with it.
Right, you did good this time. You did good. So yes, let us know. Like this video, subscribe, ring that bell so you can know when we post, and we will see you next time. Bye.